What's up, Leaf Nation? Welcome to Molson Canadian Leafs Game Day. I'm Scott Willett. She's Danielle Emmanuel. We'll get to Henny and Bob in just a second. But Leaf Nation, are you not entertained? After a thoroughly enjoyable game on Thursday night where the Leafs walked into Nashville, the hottest team in the league, and absolutely wiped the floor with them, they returned home on Saturday, which a lot of people were calling a trap game against the Detroit Red Wings. And even though a little help from the refs, still trying to figure out how that was a penalty shot or if that goal counted, since they said it didn't count, but then it counted again, the Leafs still managed to walk away with a W thanks to a beautiful saucer backhand pass by Patrick Marleau to Nazem Kadri. And just like that, the Leafs have won 13 in a row in the ACC. I'm going to say it, this is the toughest building to get a W for an opposing team. You
know what? Toronto is hot right now. Nobody's talking about the Raptors, top of the Eastern Conference, TFC, CONCACAF Champions League, and the Jays are starting back up this week too.
What a time to be alive, Danielle.
No, this is good times all around. And now we have the Buffalo Sabres in town. This is a team where we always have a tough time against them. 209 meetings all time against this team and only 73 wins in regulation against them, which is hard to believe. The series is tied right now 1-1, third of 4 meetings this season. And of course, the Leafs met them on March 5th at the KeyBank Center, Sabres winning 5-2. Then 20 days later, I was there with a bunch of Maple Leaf fans for the Rogers Game Plus trip, and the Leafs won 5-3. So what are you feeling tonight?
Well, somehow I got the game that was 5-2, and it was a miserable night in Buffalo as I returned home from Miami. I wanted to go back down to Buffalo to -1 degree weather. But you saw that what we can do when we exercise our offensive threat down in Buffalo. So I'm thinking it's going to be more like the game that you watched in Buffalo rather than the game I watched.
Now, that last game in Buffalo, we saw Leo Komarov go down with a lower body injury. He hasn't played since then, but good news, he was out at morning skate today. Not looking like he's going to be in the lineup today, but although that is a good sign to see him getting back into the rhythm of things. So for more on tonight's matchup against the Sabres, here's our very own Paul Hendrick and Bob McGill standing by with more.
Scott and Danielle, thanks very much. And Bob, the Leafs have scored 3 or more goals in 8 consecutive games. Buffalo comes into this contest here tonight having scored just 2 goals in their last 4 games. But regarding the Leafs and all their balance, 5 20-goal scores, an outside shot that Willie gets 20 as well. He's just 3 shy. What do you make of this as this team continues to progress with a lot of the young guys carrying the load, but of course the veterans as well, like JVR doing his part?
Well, you know, it's been a real team effort, and I think that's something where down the stretch here, what I liked is with them winning that game against the Red Wings the other night, they weren't happy with their performance. And for me, that's a good sign amongst the group because of the fact they know they have to be better down the stretch here so that when the playoffs start in early April, that they're firing on all cylinders, and that takes everybody in the boat together, getting the job done on a daily basis. And they've spread it out amongst the whole group as far as scoring is concerned. There's no doubt about that. And it's taking care of business defensively, but I think the offensive side of things has been humming along pretty good of late, no question.
Secondary scoring as well, and Connor Brown on the board Saturday in that big victory over Detroit. He scores for the first time in 14 games. Looking forward to getting back at it here tonight against Buffalo. You get a chance to participate and score Saturday night. What do you think of line balance as members of all 4 lines were able to contribute to the victory?
Yeah, I think that's that's been a key to our success as of late is kind of scoring throughout the lineup and having four waves kind of come at you, and so we're going to try to keep that going.
You were members of Erie teams that set records for individual and team goals in a particular year. Any comparison to what this team is doing now and what works on a club when things are going so well in a given season?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just confidence within each other. I think that's what we've kind of grown biggest over the last 2 years is just, that ability to believing that we're going to win. So those tight games we're able to squeak out.
Pretty much secure the 3rd spot. What do you play for as you get ready for the inevitable in a couple of weeks' time?
Yeah, just preparation, good habits. I think everyone wants to be playing their best heading into the first round, and that's really what it's about. Like I said, just building good habits and making sure we're prepared and playing the right way.
When you're ahead and the game's good, you can manage the minutes. When you're chasing the game, you can't manage the minutes. So part of that is situation, and part of that is what we're trying to do. So it's important you start on time, and then everyone can be important on your team.
Optional skate for the Maple Leafs today. It looks like they'll go with this lineup for a third consecutive game. Austin Matthews has responded with a goal and an assist since coming back. In fact, all four lines would contribute in Saturday's win against Detroit. On the point, Morgan Rielly has 11 assists in his last 8 games. Travis Dermott has been red hot. He is plus 16 in his last 14 games. Frederik Andersen will vie for a career-best 36th win tonight. The Leaf Club record is 37. It's held by Eddie Belfour and Andrew Raycroft. And Chad Johnson will get the call for the Sabres. He is 4-2 in his last 6 starts. More impressively, however, 6-1-1 in his career head-to-head against Toronto. Game time tonight, 7 o'clock on TSN 4. The game can be heard on radio as well. TSN 1050 Toronto has it. Our coverage here on Leafs Nation Network set to begin at 6 o'clock with Molson Canadian Leafs Game Day, Scott, Danielle, and Big Daddy, and of course, yours truly. We'll see you then.